Hey everyone, it's Professor Hatch. I am going to be talking about the race and privilege essay, which is the first essay you will be working on as individuals. The very first essay you're writing in this class is the rhetorical analysis essay, but we are actually writing that as an entire class, one essay for however many people are in the class, and we're doing it in class on the second and third meetings of the semester. So this one you will actually be working on from home. And I will be talking about it in class a bit, but we're not going to have nearly as much time because we'll be working on that other thing. And so I want you to have this for when, I don't know, when it's 3 a.m. and you're like, what the hell am I supposed to be doing again? You can watch this video. That'll be fun. Anyway, so going to the race and privilege essay, let's actually look at the prompt here. After reading James Baldwin's essay, Notes of a Native Son, and Vincent Ruggiero's Beyond Feelings chapter, Who Are You? Please write no less than 1,000 words examining, analyzing, and evaluating your understanding of race privilege and how you see and or don't see the various ways in which these two things work together. Please also include a personal example from your life that formed your understanding of these two concepts, race and privilege. How does that memory relate to the larger issues of race and privilege? The requirements are 1,000 words a minimum, plus a cover page. Actually, yeah, no, plus a cover page and a references page. You must include a personal example from your own experience to help illustrate these concepts. You must incorporate evidence from these two texts, Ruggiero and Baldwin. And then no other sources for this essay are allowed, no block quotes, strict adherence to APA formatting, blah, blah, blah. And of course, college level spelling. This is a junior class. I don't know that I even need to be talking about that, but college level spelling, punctuation, all that junk. If that's not your strong suit, that's fine. You know, use Grammarly, use your spell check program. In any case, assumptions being made by this assignment, I am making the assumption that race and privilege are inextricably related. You are welcome to argue that this is not the case, but then that's a completely different essay. So if you want to argue that race and privilege have nothing to do with each other, then go ahead and write that essay, but you will be required then to provide academic evidence from a scholarly peer-reviewed journal to prove your points. And that will be, I mean, you'll be using well, let's say a minimum of 2 sources, since the regular essay has 2 sources. I've had people push back on this. They absolutely hate the idea that race and privilege are linked. And that's fine. If you disagree with my premise entirely, that's fine. But then write this other essay. You are not allowed to write this essay and tell me I'm wrong. I I'm never going to be persuaded I'm wrong. But what I am asking you to do is write a logical, well thought out argument for why I'm wrong. And if that's what you want to do, that's 100% fine. And feel free to have all kinds of different opinions from me. I'm not going to judge you for that, and I'm not going to let that affect your grade or whatever. But please, if that is your goal, then you are writing a different essay. And if you have any questions about that, obviously, please text me on Remind or send me a message on Canvas. Talk to me after class. I will totally help you write that essay. Since that, of course, is the point of this whole video. So that is the assumption made. However, if you do not disagree with my premise and you're on the same page that race and privilege are related, then do all these things that we've already discussed. I'm going to move on. The successful paper will do the following. I'll let you actually read all that on your own. This is all standard stuff for essays. No block quotes, please. A block quote is any line that is longer than 3 lines, any quote that is longer than 3 lines. There's no need for that nonsense in a short essay like this. Please don't devote more than 1 body paragraph to your personal background information. And absolutely no judgments of any kind. There should be no should or should not claims in this essay. So, and of course, this video will be right here where it says video coming soon. That's the basics. And going over it, I'm going to quit sharing the screen. I'm going to record a second video just for the outline and how I would actually organize the essay. Essay structure is a huge thing. It is the most important part of essays, as far as I am concerned, and therefore it is worth the most points when I grade your essays. You will already be familiar with this by the time you work on this essay, assuming you've attended the first 3 classes. You're going to be talking about a personal example of like when you first realized that life really wasn't the same for everyone, whatever that is. I'll tell you my story very quickly because no one has the kind of time. But very quickly, my personal moment of revelation, honestly, it wasn't a moment, it was over the course of several days, but I literally in the 90s was flipping through the 500 channels of crap on cable television, and there was a channel that's probably still around called BET, which I think stood for Black Entertainment Television. And there was a thing called the Black State of the Union, which I did not know even existed. And I was watching an old comedian who's no longer with us, a comedian and activist, guy named Dick Gregory, really cool dude. And he was talking about how every time he heard a police siren while he was driving his car, his knuckles would like tighten around the steering wheel, and he'd break out in a cold sweat and his heart would just start pounding in his chest. And I was like very confused by this. I did not understand why anyone would be scared of a police siren, because I'm very white and very privileged. And so I was confused by that, and I went and talked to some Black friends of mine, and I was like, oh, so Dick Gregory was saying this and I don't understand. And they looked at me like I was from Mars, because obviously for them, the getting pulled over by the police was a scary thing, and carried an element of risk. Getting pulled over for a traffic violation is a dangerous proposition if you don't have the good fortune and privilege to look like me, which I just didn't know. I had no idea. It's very easy to be sheltered in this country. If you don't know there's a problem, then you don't know to look for the problem. If you don't know to look for something, it's kind of hard to see it. In any case, I talked to them and a few other people, and eventually I started waking up a little bit. And then eventually the entire world got one of these things. And of course, we've seen all the horrible videos that have circulated around social media for the last, I don't know, 10 plus years now. And now I'm painfully aware that traffic stops are potentially lethal for people of color. And it's horrifying. So anyway, I was in my 30s too. That's how late in life this happened. That's how late in life my eyes were opened. And many of you are in your early 20s still, but because you also have phones and also have had social media access for the last 10 years, just like I have, or more, you will have had your eyes open at a considerably earlier age than me. So that's what I'm talking about. When is it that you first realized that life was not the same for everyone, that people of different ethnicities were treated differently purely because of who they were? Anyway, is there anything else I need to say? No, I think that's everything I need to say. As you are working on this, please text me on Remind 24/7. This is the first essay you're really going to be working on alone, so I'm going to say this part vehemently right now. I do not care what time of day or night it is. You absolutely can text me on Remind. My phone does not chirp at me. I don't allow Remind chirp at me because I want you to text me at 3 in the morning if that's when you have a question for me. Text me when that question is burning hot in the back of your mind. And then when I wake up, I will answer you, when I wake up. Or I'll answer you immediately if I'm suffering from insomnia that night, which is not uncommon. So in any case, text me on Remind any time of day or night, 24/7, literally, if you have questions. And then I'm going to shut up now. I'll see you in the video where I talk about the outline and how I would go about organizing this particular essay.